a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Hello and welcome back to Rain Code. Now that we hopefully have the error fixed, let's see. Where the door is opening, there's no way. While the door was opening, because it took so long.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapel entered the room. Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapel at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
Like this?
Yeah, because we couldn't turn Amapal's head too much.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the Saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Alright, so do we finally get to beat the living crap out of him?
The culprit hopped
I
on
don't know if we have one
Amapal
more
as the door
mystery
opened,
after this or not.
then slipped through the gap in the door.
Because we still have to figure
That's
out the
impossible
cheese
even
killer.
for Fink the Slaughter Artist!
Ibuki's forte, Amapal's design.
Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit, the camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky.
I know what the answer is, but I want to see if there's any more that we could.
The crime would have been exposed. The culprit must be really lucky, huh? What, did they use some sort of special power?
No, that's not the right one. I hit that by mistake.
Speaking of which...
The culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist! Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
I'll slash through this
There we go.
mystery.
That's the one I thought it was.
Amapel is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
Oh, right, and the arms are on the top of the head.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapau's design, and even the direction the door opens. Whoever planned this must have really I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Again? What's with this thing?
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right? If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
He's deaf.
So what if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Yes, it is. If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him. Which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
That piece of trash is right. Your logic is flawed.
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
Definitely, they mentioned he couldn't hear. Or at least couldn't hear well.
Alright, let's see what we got for solution keys.
Damn it!
Oh, we don't have any, okay.
Your deduction is inconsistent!
Oh, we gotta do the deduction thing.
It's full of inconsistencies! By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
Yeah, okay, it's the behind one.
Damn it!
I was about to fall asleep.
Your deduction is inconsistent! It's full of inconsistencies! By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
Shit, that was the one I needed.
Yep. He hit your shield instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It's full of inconsistencies! By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
Nope! Fuck!
Impossible!
God, I am bad with that timing. One more try.
Yeah.
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It's full of inconsistencies! By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
My claim
There
doesn't
it is.
hold up. No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way! The culprit quickly entered the lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy.
That one.
That should have
Or
been
not.
it. My button.
Say,
I know what the problem was. I think I hit the key change
Yeah.
button because it's right next to a different
Oh.
button.
The culprit quickly entered the
No,
lab.
I had the right button or the right key.
But the doctor was in the room at the time.
Yeah.
I'm right. There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
That one, I guess?
No.
Nope.
say,
Yeah, the knife would have gone through the chest.
That's right.
So I had the
The
right
culprit
one.
quickly entered the lab.
Let's go through them all first.
But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy.
I was about to fall asleep.
So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
There it
There
is.
you go, that's it. That's it.
I was on the wrong side. I'll take the hit.
Me?
The culprit quickly entered the lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder.
Fucking hell, really? Why give me a fast forward?
Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
There it
The
is.
truth. Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say whatever you want, it won't save you. There's a gaping hole in your logic, and there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate. Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
What? I refuse to see the truth? Vivius said the same thing, but
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off here?
huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
that's because the culprit is the hitman.
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? That would end the labyrinth.
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back unless we solve all the mysteries first.
We haven't been
Hang on.
we've been fighting the
What
culprit.
are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
What hole?
How do you get through
Whatever,
the
that's
gas chamber?
enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the last
Hey!
mystery labyrinth, we weren't fighting the culprit. We were fighting the 2 peacekeeper guys. The culprit was the elf. Well, actually, no, we fought the elf.
Yeah, we eventually
also
got
fought-
to him.
Yeah, eventually, but we did fight the 2 peacekeeper guys first, so.
Yuma. Yuma.
Jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation?
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Who hired the hitman?
Which
Well,
is?
yeah, that would be the anonymous person.
How did the culprit get past security?
Dressed as a
What?
peacekeeper. Or is Health
I
Smile.
already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapau as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But how did he get into the building?
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Oh,
This is the end for you! You have nowhere left to go!
Oh, would you shut up?
why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward!
You call that
As the
peace?
king
We've
of
had, like, multiple
Amaterasu
terrorist
Corporation
attacks
and the
in last
guardian
week.
of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the Chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Good luck, you'll never find it. You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice,
I mean, technically, the time
You'll run
limit, so it won't
away.
be forever.
looking for an answer that will never come!
They're really trying to set up hard that it was Yoma. Or Yomi. There's no way it would be that direct that it was Yomi.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery!
Yep.
How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor.
Oh, you're a dick.
The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit.
Yeah, that's true.
That security system? No living human can breach it.
Wait. Okay, so yeah, that is just to throw you off.
Right.
Maybe.
It's got to be Fubuki. Or Forte.
Keep playing with your shit
We already knew,
deductions.
which is kind of like...
You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical
would mean they knew
security
about
system was
the-
always live.
They would have had to know about Fubuki.
There was no way to reach the doctor.
That's true.
The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
I'll slash through this mystery.
Wait. Did the chief do it?
That wouldn't make sense, because then he got stabbed immediately afterwards.
Unless he was helping the... Remember what he said, that Kanai Ward took something from him?
We'll see.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's Forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapel. But we reversed time every time that happened.
We helped.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time. But while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapel. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
I mean...
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence.
Really, we're gonna do this?
But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and your future.
Why, Vivia?
Were we just frying Vivia over and over again? Is that what they're saying?
Maybe?
Really, Vivia?
Let me ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Patrick from eyewitness. By resource of a dark silhouette passed through the shadows, which claimed it must have been a hitman. Toxic gas properties. Bacteria, regular gas, masked, and effective against it. It's about 10 minutes after exposure for the toxins to spread, and death is certain. The only person that would have been able to get through it would have been somebody who was dead, I would assume.
Was he lying about the properties of his ability?
The culprit would
That's
surely
possible.
die. You should already know this, right? The gas has a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity.
Wait. So he would have had 30 minutes.
Once it hits you, you're done for.
I want to see what all of this stuff is
You
for.
die before reaching Weska.
No, you
No
wouldn't.
one could get past the gas chamber.
Hang on a second. Go back to the toxic gas properties. It takes about 10 minutes after exposure for the toxins to spread and death is certain. Sorry, 30
Takes
minutes.
30 minutes. So you would have had
Toxic
time to
gas
get
is
to him.
bacterial, so regular gas masks are ineffective against it. Huh.
Right.
But
Through the gas chamber.
Okay, so it's definitely the toxic gas.
Depends on how long it takes you to get through all those chambers. And with changing time back, maybe that didn't matter anymore, the 30
We
minutes.
ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
That is
The
true.
culprit would surely die.
That is also
You should already know this, right? The gas has a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask.
that is true.
No ability can nullify its toxicity.
Probably that one.
Once it
See if
hits
he
you,
has
you're
one
done
more.
for.
I feel like there's one he said about
You
time.
die before reaching Weska.
Don't think so.
This is the truth.
Nope,
Yes,
that's the
I
right
was
one.
right.
Huh.
I don't know if he's betraying us or trying to get us to actually figure it out.
I feel like this might be a test. Because
Yeah,
he
that's what I
knows a
think he said.
lot about
if
how
you
we got
pass
our
through
powers.
the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you. Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas, and no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it. You do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense.
But that means it couldn't
This
have been
is the
Vivia
truth.
because it's been over an hour.
I can't believe it. But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
Then they...
the culprit is...
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth, Yuma. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes?
Was I right about you?
Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
He did it.
Yomi's mystery phantom and Fifia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the Mystery Labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is? It's the hitman, right?
The truth is worthless. Nothing has less value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way! Kanai Ward, Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
But we know that
It was
that
the
it's
chief.
been over an hour
It
since
was
the
the chief.
security system was deactivated.
If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced, then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
Correct. What do we have for solution keys on this?
But no one at
don't
the
have any,
scene
we
has
have to
died from
repel them.
poisoning.
Oh.
They're not dying from
If you
poison.
can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
You're right that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas.
He's not dying
But
from
that
the
was part of the
gas.
culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart.
So do you
The
remember?
world that you believed in.
You remember how the chief said Kanai Ward took something from him?
Yeah.
It was either his beloved or his parents. And I have a feeling that the old man either is his parent, like his dad, and he helped him escape, or was involved in the death of his beloved.
Hmm.
And he said,
But-
fuck it, I have my chance to get in there now.
Well, let's keep going and see.
Your deduction is wrong. Don't disturb the peace. It's not even worth debating. Is this the best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die! Shit!
I'm a power the
Yes, I'll
hitman.
expose the truth!
Wasn't the hitman. Well, it was a hitman, just not what you were expecting.
The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hitman.
Oh, fuck you, game. I know what this
The
is.
culprit
I
realized
thought
their
the
plan
same
would be
thing you did.
exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas. So they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
Used the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor? But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
The big thing that clued me into what was going on before was the fact that there was a letter sent to the Nocturum, to the detective agency. There would be no reason for anyone to send that because Amaterasu doesn't want to work with them. Unless the CEO
Well,
did it,
supposedly
but I
the
don't
letter
think
came from the hitman, even though that doesn't fit his MO, so that's what they were
Yeah.
playing with. But I understand it now.
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the hitman did it?
Stop. Stop, 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 stop! You useless garbage!
Love you too.
To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Weska was killed by the hitman!
Shut up, you Digimon looking asshole.
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
The real culprit. The real culprit is
The time has finally come, Yuma. It's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all along. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth? Then, show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's target. I know. I've known all along.
Now, expose the truth. Do it if you want to burn the world down.
Do it! Fuck you, game. The note.
Either the note or the picture, one or the other.
It's one of the two. Which one should we go with?
I'm gonna try the photo first.
We can take some damage.
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman. That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is. It could only be one person. It
'Cause he was
could
holding
only
it.
be.
He
How
hid
do
it
you
there.
know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No! Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but... Good luck, Master! I'm always by your side, haunting you!
Nope. Yep.
It's Mysterious Man number 3.
So I am curious, what happens if you choose the wrong choice?
You're not gonna let me save, are you, you fucking bastard? You want me to try picking the wrong choice?
I'm just curious.
Okay, that's what happens.
Okay, we just know that that's not right.
I should know already. The true culprit.
Alright, so yeah, it just brings us back here. Yep.
Right in the face, bitch. Go on. Go de-evolve.
Damn it!
That's why Vivian was telling us to give up the whole time. He knew what it was. He was trying to protect us.
Chief. Yako.
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab. In other words, the Chief was the hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target, and the chief tried to conceal it. Which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
Don't forget this stuff!
Anemic vampire is gonna throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button. Oh fuck. We got a lot of health, right?
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway. Because
That is a big ass box
it's
cutter.
something I must do. While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat? Why would the chief send it if he was the killer? Answer me, Yuma. No, that's not the reason.
Oh, I thought we just dodged them all. Okay.
No, it said at the beginning you have to pick and choose which ones.
Why would the chief send it if he was the killer? Answer me, Yuma.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger, which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note. Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all? The
one
chief
shit.
couldn't have been thinking about that. But the death threat was...
I think I might have fucked up the audio.
The chief couldn't have
Okay,
been...
so it was the second one. I just wanted to see if there was another choice. Nope, it was the first one. Shit. That makes more sense. So you can disguise yourself as a peacekeeper to get in.
The note was sent to the Peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the Peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as Peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the Peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab. You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the Peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
No, it was you. Nope, it was Pink, okay.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder! Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that
He didn't
coward
get
and-
away with it.
Yeah, no, he got caught. And he knew he was gonna die anyway.
Yep.
Why did it have to come to this? Chief
Because you were an
Malboro
idiot.
saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything, even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times.
I'm wondering if he also knew about the death book and Yuma, and he lied about the cooking.
It's possible.
But still, I really admired him. So, why? Why did you do it?
He's gonna snap.
Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
It was the real him.
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant, I don't know what the chief was hiding. But that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found, so he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
eliminate the chief?
Are you really going to do this?
He's dying.
After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue. If you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the Chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
And trust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God and your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the Chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high. Because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me!
Alright, let's do this. Let's finish it off.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what
Then
we
the
got
first
here.
chance we get to save.
Alright, what ones do we have available? Amabot, the knife, and the intercom, so none of those are the first one. Got threat sent to the detectives. Okay, that's not it. Okay. Stuff we use to get past security. Amabots, so we can put that there. Alright. Whose power was used in the panel room? We don't have that yet.
Nope.
We just have the knife and the other thing. He killed the culprit. I don't think we have that either. No, we have the intercom and the knife. Nope. Intercom.
There we go.
Oh yeah, it's the knife. Yep. Okay, yeah, that was the knife. That should unlock two more or three more pictures. Alright, so what are the ones we just unlocked?
Amaterasu
Amaterasu
Corporation.
Corporation, Peacekeepers, and Decontamination Device. Okay. What's this? Whose power was used in the panel room? No. Okay. Nope.
Whoop, did I have the wrong one?
Yeah, you had Amaterasu Corporation.
Yeah, I got the wrong one. That's bad. Sorry.
Alright. And now we have to find Amaterasu Corporation. There was lab. Yep. Okay, that gives us two more. So that is Kabuki's power.
That one is.
I think it's that one. Yeah, what power was used. And then the last one we have available is the Slaughter Artist. Yeah, that one. Yep.
Sweet.
Step right up, step right up! Peacekeepers, a CEO, a research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives! 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
The victim in this case is one Dr. Weska. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Boom killing a shut-in is hard work. The humane thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, with that out of the way. Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the Peacekeepers, the detective agency, and the research lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman and had him infiltrate the research facility.
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the Peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the master detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all. The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned. And we arrived with Makoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Desuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock chamber. Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition. just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
His whole "the doctor's in danger" spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master. What a dick!
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
But that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it. The doctor's sham made the case even more confusing. Even if we tried to get to the doctor, the critical lab was guarded by tight security. The only way through was by using an Omapal. The culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Omapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high voltage shocks! One wrong move, and it was insta-death. But thanks to that sheltered skank, we got all the continues we could want. So we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result. The camera feed was affected when the culprit jumped on. I should have realized what was happening.
No use crying over spilt blood. On to the next thing! Where
Man, we killed him a lot.
Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Omapal had to reach out its arm and hit a switch.
I think 3 times.
And when the door opened wide enough for a person to
Poor
squeeze
thing,
through,
you know?
the killer snuck inside.
Omapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then, the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman. Gramps was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Omapal entered. But they knocked the robot over on the way out.
They then went back into the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with the toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the Master Detective's capabilities. They knew those powers would get them close to the doctor. But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska and even included his own death in the plot. Jaco Furio! It was you!
Why did the screen just go dim?
Because the Switch sucks.
I will expose the truth!
You gonna tell us?
But why? Chief Yako, why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you wanted? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the mystery labyrinth. That's why I'm here. Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth! Glorious darkness, shining rainbow, glorious stellar spiral! That resto grand finale! Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Fuzzhead. That's weird. This mystery labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual. I wonder why.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
What?
Huh?
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so, we could just leave, right?
I think we can save here, can't we?
No, won't let you. Not when you have a choice.
No, we haven't uncovered everything yet.
It's pissy on that.
No, there are still some mysteries remaining.
Huh? What's remaining? I read the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered, for Chief Yako's sake. Please, help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. You know I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left. That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master!
Alright, so we should be able to save soon.
Puzzle it out!
Dr. Hitches. Okay, so
Got it wrong!
oh, this is wait. No.
Tick tock, tick tock. You're wrong. That's not it.
Shit, what is it?
No idea.
Are you just zoned out at this point?
No, I'm fine. We're gonna keep. We gotta finish this.
Yeah. Trust me, I want to finish up too. But what would a doctor...
I fast forward to this bullshit.
Actually, let me see if I can save.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you before.
Yeah, no.
It's lit up, but it won't let you do it. That's bullshit.
We could leave it here since this just goes into rest mode.
No, because then you're gonna have to leave the whole thing on until tomorrow.
I don't turn off the switch anyway.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Up to you.
Let's see. Question is, what is the answer, though?
Yeah, because we just kind of were doing random shit before. The answer is in Doctor.
Out.
The remaining mystery is Dr. Huesca's... I thought it would be notes, but I guess it's not. Do we have to feed her all the keys?
You can do it, Master!
Oh, emails.
Nice!
No, that's what it is? Okay.
Keep that up!
Yep.
Twirling, twirling, twirl. Keep that up! That's right!
Can I get that one?
That's right!
Oh, I did get
Got
it!
it.
Woo! That was a good
Barely,
shot.
yeah, you got it.
It's just so weird sometimes.
Oh, it's a secret dungeon! The labyrinth must be breaking down so slowly because the identity of the culprit isn't the only mystery. But it's still definitely coming down, so you better hurry, Master!
Yeah, got it.
Yuma, I'll follow you to the end until you reach the truth.
Thank you.
Okay, now we can save. So this is where we're gonna leave it, guys. So we will finish up the mystery labyrinth next time. Bye, guys.